Alright guys, another set of spoilers was just released. These are pretty cool, I'm pretty excited. I've been looking forward to this new Yggdrasil that came out, so that's what we're released. So let's go over them. So first, obviously, we have the ruler, which is Yggdrasil Malefic Tree. So, this is very dead looking Yggdrasil. It has energized for green, and it just passively prevents all damage that will be dealt to you. So you can't take any damage that is dealt. You can still not take damage, but you can pay life, different things like that reduce your life, but you can't physically take damage from either resonators attacking you, lightning strike, anything that's physically or it says on there to deal damage. Can't do anything. And has the effect of every 100 damage you prevent with his effect, you remove the top card of your deck from game. So important thing to note out is they did say that the next CR, I don't know if it was already clarified or not, but the next CR is going to have a clarification that you cannot have more than 60 cards in your deck. So 60 cards is still the maximum. It's not going to change. I don't know if it was before, but anyways. And it also has another passive effect of players cannot gain life. So neither you nor your enemy can ever gain life. And he has an ability where you tap a green and a dark mana and you tap it. So instead of calling a stone, you can tap it to put one of the new resonators that we're about to go over, either Machina, Rezard, Melges, or Arla, from your removed area into your field. So it has a way of, when you're removing those cards, to bring them back in for a lower cost than what the cards say on their face. So the first one of those is Arla, Demonic Flying Ace. So she's a 3-cost 7/8. Has that Will of Despair once again, so she can slot in or work in with other stuff as well. She has Flying, and you can pay 200 life, and it will do 200 damage to target attacking or blocking resonator. So this card and the other resonators, that's really good. Like I said, paying is not taking damage, so you'll still be paying your 200. But because you have 4,000 life, and you're not going to be losing any of that ever, pretty much, from anybody, you're able to more freely pay life for different effects, like the different cards that have been spoiled, I think, in the last spoil and the one before that, where you pay life to make your opponent's field get minus attack or minus attack and defense to field wipe it. Those would also slot in well. But so yeah, so that's her effect, pretty straightforward. Next is Melges, Keen of Black Flame. So he's a 3-cost 7/7 Will of Despair as well. And he has Swiftness, and he has an ability of you can pay 300 life and he'll gain 100 attack and first strike until end of turn. So you can do that multiple times, so you can pay, if you wanted to, 900 life to give him plus 300, different things like that. So he's good just because you can pay the 2 to bring him from your removed area and have a 7/7 Swiftness card in there. Outside of that, his effect of paying life I don't think is very good in the long run compared to what other cards you could probably use. So next is Rezard, King of the Damned. He's only a 2-cost 5/5 Will of Despair, and you can pay 200 life to remove target card in a graveyard from the game. So that's an awesome effect. It counters things like Fox, so you can get rid of Monkey Trapped in Life. You can get rid of, it removes any card, so you can remove Charlotte's Transformation Magic, the Bear Magic card from game, before they can use it a second time. Just really any cards that work like that, or if you want to just remove things for different other cards' effects, such as oh no, I'm going blank, but the one card that came out in RDE that needs cards to go into the bottom of the person's deck in order to stay in the field. Lots of different combos you can do with that. And he also gains a 100/100 counter. Or no, sorry, not a counter. He just gains 100/100 for every resonator in your removed area. So that, once again, combos with your ruler, combos with him. You can purposely remove stuff in your graveyard that's a resonator from game in order to keep buffing him. He's only 2 costs, so he could get pretty strong the later he'll stack later in the game as well. Next we have Machina, King of Accursed Machines. He's a 3 Void 7/8 resonator, and you can pay 300 life to produce any of the 5-color will. And you can only play that ability once per turn, so once on your turn and once on your opponent's turn. And cards named Mariabella, the True Shot, you control cannot be destroyed. So that'll be an interesting card. So it's 7/8, so it's average stats obviously for 3 cost. Being able to produce mana by paying life, I think might be pretty good, because you can bring him out turn 3, obviously, either by paying for him or if he's in removed area by bringing him into the game, and essentially just having him for as almost a mana dork. Probably wouldn't work that great, but and being able to protect Maribella might be alright. Next we have Leaf of the Malefic Tree. So this is a 1 cost addition, and it costs 1 to bestow it onto a Resonator on top of that. And the bestowed Resonator gains the ability of, you can pay 200 life and he'll gain 100 till end of turn. So obviously you can repeat that over and over again and pay 500 life, or 1,000 life and gain 500 till end of turn, different things like that. Once again, average effect, I don't know. I just feel like there's different better cards maybe for Life Pain that you can get different effects that were already spoiled, but we'll see. And next we have Soul Debt. This is actually the last one. So it's a 2 cost quick cast champ, and you can put target Resonator that is put into a field this turn on bottom of its owner's deck. So obviously that works on your opponents. As soon as they put a Resonator out, you can put it back under their deck, so they have to take a while to get back to it if they if they don't have a way to search it out. You can maybe work it with yours if you want to keep from decking out. It's a good sort of last ditch effort. Different things like that. I don't know. That'll be interesting. But yeah, so this deck I think will be interesting. You pretty much, if you're running this deck, you have to run 60 cards. So that'll be cool to see something different than everyone always runs 40 cards. And it'll be nice to see some variety with that if this deck ends up doing pretty decent. I definitely want to make a version of this deck just because I think Yggdrasil is pretty cool, and having a dark, evil, rotted out Yggdrasil is really neat, I think. And having sort of similar, not similar, but it works that same type of effect as the original Yggdrasil, and it has some ways to recycle stuff from your removed area. It just needs some you can just throw in some stuff at least now before rotation happens. Most of it should still work before rotation. That you would usually work with Timeline Arsonist, being able to play cards from your removed area, maybe being able to bring some of them back into your hand, different things like that. You could throw a slot into here to help. I'm sure they'll come up with other cards that we haven't seen yet that'll help as well, both with commons and maybe just stuff they're not showing us. But yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it.